All right, before we get started, I just want to say if you like these videos, please like and subscribe on YouTube. Today's topic, all right, is going to be, I understand, my production values suck. Maybe I can get some steroids for them, but our topic for today is the top 3 Steroid Guy Comebacks. Now, I wasn't sure to call it whether to call it Steroid Guy Comebacks or call it Steroid Guy Rebuttals. Either way, it's the same thing. Normally, I wouldn't touch this subject, but recently, a kid told me about he was being harassed in the gym by this steroid guy who was making fun of him for his lack of gains with a Z. And, you know, in the era of post-Will Smith, Chris Rock era, we're always taught to use our words and not our hands or our fists. So I'm going to give you some words, Daniel-son, so you can direct them back at Johnny and all his steroids. So these are the top 3 steroid guy comebacks. Number 1. Steroid guys always tell you it's not about the drugs. It's about the diet and the training. Let me tell you something. You know what the comeback to that one is? Fine, steroid guy. If it's all about the training and the diet, go off steroids for a year. Go off steroids for 2 years. If it really isn't about the drugs, if the drugs really aren't that big of a deal, and it really is all about this amazing diet and nutrition program you're on, just go off the drugs and let's see what happens. Right? That you're so proud of this technological terror you've created. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Everything on him is going to shrink, except for his nuts, which are going to probably grow back. If you don't know what that means, when you have prolonged use of external sources of testosterone, your body's natural testosterone production shrinks down. Likewise, your testicles tend to shrink. You won't have to explain this to the steroid guy because he lives this. But that is number 1. He starts talking about it's not about the drugs. You just tell him, well, then fine, go off them and let's see what happens. So the number 2 thing the steroid guys will always tell you is they know plenty of guys who take steroids and look like crap. All right, number 1, you don't know plenty of guys who take steroids and look like crap. So stop with the hyperbole. You know, one guy. Do you know the number of things you have to do wrong in order to take steroids and look like crap? About the same amount of things you have to do right in order to not take steroids and look good. Not to mention the same kind of guy who takes steroids and looks like crap is probably the same guy who toasts bread while sitting in the bathtub. He's got plenty of other problems in his life other than the fact that he takes steroids and looks like crap. Bottom line is 600 milligrams of testosterone builds more muscle in people who don't work out than people who work out and don't take 600 milligrams of testosterone. Let me repeat that again. If you take 600 milligrams of testosterone, you will build more muscle when you don't work out than someone who works out and doesn't take that amount of the testosterone, right? So steroids are a big deal. And the third thing the steroid guy will always come at you with, well, it doesn't matter because all the chicks are constantly checking me out. Let me tell you something. The type of woman who's into a guy who's on steroids probably has herpes. Right? If that's the kind of girl you're into, if you're really into venereal diseases, then be my guest. Date those kind of women. I don't care. The reality is, the only person who's going to be checking out the steroid guy is not women, but other heterosexual dudes who are under the same mistaken belief that they were built like him, they would get women. Here's the deal. You want to get a woman, have a decent body, and have a brain that works. And then when that brain works and words come out of your mouth, people will pay you because you'll be valuable to them. No company is going to hire you. Well, besides that guy's pecs, we're going to have a great fourth quarter. That's just not the way life works, right? So those are my top 3 steroid guy rebuttals. Now, look, I'm not trying to go out there and start fights with steroid guys, right? But if one of them comes to you with this nonsense about how tremendous they look and how tremendous you don't look, you have every right to verbally kick their ass back to the Jersey Shore where they belong. But that's it for today. So, and by the way, if Daniel-son, if Johnny and Dutch and all the other douchebags come back at you with any more of these steroid guy statements, just send me a message and we'll make another video. Right? Another one they do like, well, my nuts may shrink, but my penis will look bigger. You know what your answer to that is? Well, I really don't need that. So, good for you. But that's it. So those are my top 3 steroid guy rebuttals, comebacks, whatever you want to call them. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all this weekend. I got another interview coming out with Devin Peterson. Thank you very much.